Hello everybody, Bruce here with a sample demonstration video on creating classes. And in this video, we're going to create a class for a dog. You know, those animals that bark and poop and do other things, right? So we're going to create a Python class to represent a dog. So we'll be able to create objects based on the class that we're going to create. We're going to create a dog class, and then we'll go ahead and write some code that'll build a, I guess, what do you call a group of dogs? Hey, Gail, what do you call a group of dogs? A herd of dogs? I don't know. So, a bunch of dogs, okay? So, check it out. So, let's just put a comment in here. We're going to dog class demo. And now we're going to create a class, and we're going to call it dog. Remember that when you create a class, you want to capitalize the first letter of the class name. Now, inside of the class, if you remember, we create the constructor method here that's going to get fired off every time we create a new dog. Now, before I carry on here, I'm just going to go up to the top and let's talk about dogs, right? So dogs have a breed, right? They have a breed. Typically, when you create a dog, maybe you'll give it a name, right? Like Fido or Tucker or Bella, right? And then dogs have legs, right? They have a color, right? They could be brown, black, white, you know, just about any color, right? Some of you even like dye your dog's hair color, right? I've seen it. Don't doubt it. All right. So what else can dogs do? Well, what other properties can dogs have, right? They have a breed, they have a name, they have legs, they have a color, and some dogs have like a tail, and some dogs have a cropped tail. So let's just say tail type, right? Tail type. That's a tongue twister. And I guess that's enough properties for our dog right now. We can always add more. So what are some things dogs can do? In fact, these we'll call them methods. And up here, we'll call these properties, right? Properties. And let's just make it a little bit more readable here. Let's do that. And let's put some dashes there. And then same thing here. Under the methods, we'll just do... All right, good. So what are some methods? Bark, right? A dog can bark, right? A dog can poop, right? A dog can pee. I know, pretty gross, but that's things dogs can do, right? We can take our dog for a walk. The dog can run, right? And the dog could sleep, right? We can do many more, right? Jump, roll over. Actually, let's do some rollover, right? Let's do a rollover method. So we have like 5 different properties for our dog. So let's deal with those things first. So look, I have breed, name, legs, color, tail type. So when we create our dog, when we construct our dog based upon the class called dog, I'm in the constructor here, the initialization method right here. We're going to say breed. I'll do them all lowercase, and then I'll do name, and then I'll do legs. Actually, you know something? By default, all of our dogs are going to have 4 legs, and I'll show you something here in a minute. So color and tail type. Okay? So let's say this particular dog set its breed to the one that we pass into the constructor, right, when we create a new dog. And then say, hey, dog, you are going to be named whatever name we pass in to the constructor, and then name yourself, well, give yourself these number of legs, 4, okay? That's why I wanted to just make that a default number here instead of being a parameter. Sure, there are dogs with 2 legs and 3 legs. I don't know if I've ever seen a 1-legged dog, but all of the dogs in our particular class can have 4 legs, okay? The next thing is color. So we're going to set the color to the color that you want your dog to be. And lastly, we are going to set the tail type equal to the tail type that you want to create when you instantiate a new dog using the dog class. Okay? So that's it for the class definition. And if I went right down here, let me create a main function. Let me create a main function, and I'll call a main function right there at the bottom. And let me do this. So let me say that let's create a dog called Tucker. Right, there's Tucker, and he is going to be a. Actually, we should have had male or female, right? Gender. So let's go add that, okay? Because we can, right? So at the end here, let's just say, hey, we want to pass in a gender, and we're just going to add that as the last parameter in the constructor here, gender, okay? And here we're going to say create a new dog, and then we need to pass in breed. So the first thing is going to be Springer Spaniel, just Springer, okay? And then the name is going to be Tucker, and the color is going to be black and white, and the tail type is cropped. I'm just passing in strings here, and Tucker is a male, okay? So we constructed using the dog class there, passing in all of these arguments, right? We're creating a new dog, Tucker. So let's just save this. Let me save this code here. I'll put it on my desktop, and I'll just call it dogs. Okay. And now I'll run it, and let's see what we get. Woohoo! Absolutely nothing. That's right, because we just created the dog. That's all we did, right? And if I said print out Tucker and print out Tucker's name, right? Dot name, that should print out Tucker, right? Let's see. There it is. It's Tucker. And what if I say print out instead of name, print out Tucker's breed, right? So if I run that now and I say run, there is the breed, which is Springer. Okay, Tucker is a Springer. And if I wanted to create a second dog, and we'll call the dog Bella, right? I'll say create a dog using our class dog, using that template. And Bella is also a Springer, and her name is going to be Bella Luna, beautiful moon, yeah? And her color is, I will say, brown and white. And her tail is also cropped, and she is a female, right? So again, we're using the dog class to create another dog, right? So just for grins, right? Check this out. If I say print Bella.legs, right? How many legs is Bella going to have? She should have 4 by default, right? There it is. It's 4, and that's the thing from before with Tucker, okay? So yeah, so there is our dog class, and we created these properties for the dog when we instantiate a new dog. Okay. Now, how would we do something now whereby I'm going to just comment all these out here because I'm going to write some new code here. Let me just let's just bring these all right there. Yeah. So let's say we wanted to create a loop, right? Because what I want to do now is, as Gail said earlier, because I turned and asked her, because she's sitting here while I record this, and I said, "Hey, Gail, what's the name of a group of dogs, right?" I think it's pack, Gail. Okay. Pack, not herd. We're not talking about cows. A herd of cows, right? All right. So let's say we want to create a pack of dogs, and I created an empty list, and that list is going to hold, right? Because lists are variables, right? They're a data type that can hold more than one value, right? Strings, integers, floats, other lists, right? And what we're going to do here is we're going to create a pack of dogs, okay? So what we're going to do is we are going to say how many. That's a variable name, and we're going to say integer input. How many dogs would you like to add to the pack? Okay, so there we go. There we go. How many dogs would you like to add to the pack? We'll leave some space there. And then we're going to do a loop. We're going to do a loop because we like loops, right? We're going to say for I in range of how many, right? Whoops. And now we need to ask the user, we need to get a whole bunch of strings, right? We need to get their breed. I'm just going to type this in quickly here. Breed, their name, legs, we're not dealing with now, color, and tail type. So what we're going to do now is we're going to ask them to input, right? What is the breed? Okay. And then we'll say input, what is the name? All right. There we go there. And we'll say input, what color is the dog? Right? Yeah. Well, you're gonna dig this, I'm telling you. And then we're gonna say input cropped or I don't know, cropped or not cropped. There we go. Cropped or not cropped, right? All right. So now we have all the parameters that we need to build a dog, and now we can say lowercase dog equals our new dog, and then we're going to say breed, comma name, comma color, comma tail type, comma yeah, that's it. Those are the 4 things, right? And that'll create a new dog, and then we can say, hey, pack of dogs, append onto you, because you're a list, that new dog that we just created. So that list is going to hold an object that happens to be a cute little dog, right? So let me run through this. We'll do 2 dogs for now. How many dogs are you going to add to the pack? 2. What is the breed? Corgi. And then what is the name? And we'll say it's Bruce. And then we'll say what color is the dog? We'll say the dog is black. It's cropped. Okay. And oh, we got an error because that's good. Missing one. So we're missing gender, right? We didn't ask for gender. That's what this last line is telling us. And mistakes are good, right? Read errors from the bottom up. Bottom up. Don't read up here. Start from the bottom and read up. So let me go back here, and first of all, let me put a question mark there in a space, and then we need to have gender equals input male or female dog, right? Female. There. Yep. And then we'll put on the end there, right? It's gender. Okay. So run. Run module. How many dogs would you like to add to the pack? 2, right? What's the breed? Corgi, Buster, black, cropped, male. Okay, that's the first dog. What is the breed? It's Springer. What is the dog's name? It's Bruce. Its color. What is the color of the dog? It's white. Cropped. It's easier to type. And it's female. No, it's male. It's Bruce, right? So we're done. So yeah, we created a list that has 2 dogs in it, right? And that list contains 2 objects, 2 dogs. So could we do something like this? Since we know how to work with lists, can we say for every dog in the pack, right? See how I'm playing off the variable names here? Could we print out that dog's name? Just like that. Dog.name. Could we do that? Ready? Let's do it. We have to enter this stuff again. So let's just do 2 dogs. What is the dog breed? It's Corgi. Buster. What color is the dog? We'll do black. Cropped. And it's male. What is the dog breed? We'll do Springer. What is the dog's name? Joe. What color is the dog? Pink. Yeah, it's a pink dog. We'll say not cropped. And it's a male. And there you go. We were able to loop through the list, the pack of dogs and print out Buster and Joe. Those are the names of each of the dogs in our pack. Okay? So what I want you to do is, and this is a very good example of classes, right? We create a class which is a template that represents dogs, and by the way, we're not done. Right here, okay? And if you made it this far, and you Slack me the code word English Springer Spaniel, code words English Springer Spaniel, I'll mark you down for some extra credit. So yeah, so this is the class. It's the template to create new dogs. We then created a pack variable that's an empty list. We then iterated through and got some input, and then we created a new dog right down here. And then we added that dog to the list by appending that object. That dog is an object because it has properties and soon to have methods. And then we looped through and printed out each of the dog's names. Okay? So the next thing is to work on the methods. So let's do a method first, and we're going to say, hey, we want to have our dog here be able to bark, right? And we have to pass in the object that we're referring to as self. But remember, when we instantiate that object down here, right, we don't put in, right here, we don't put in self. It's assumed, okay? So here is our bark method, and the only thing this thing is going to do is going to say woof, woof, okay, exclamation point, yeah. So since it's a method, right, we can go down here after we print out the dog's name and say, hey, dog, bark. Open close parenthesis, because it's a method. A property doesn't have the open and close parentheses, but a method does. It's something that your object can do. Ready? Here we go. Let's just do one. Okay, one dog. Breed is a Springer. Its dog's name is Bella. It's liver and white, cropped. And it's a female. And there it is. Oops, we got none. So I have a little error here. So we said Bella, woof woof, and none. So what happened there? What happened? Let's go back and look. Print dog bark. Define bark self woof woof. So what happened here? What happened? How many? 0 to 1. Print dog bark. So where's that none coming from? Where was that none coming from? So I printed the dog, and I told the dog, oh, I'm printing it. That's wrong. See, I've seen some of you do that too. There you go. Dog bark. Now let's just run it one more time. See, I make mistakes too, but I try to work at it. How many dogs would you like to add to your pack? Let's add 2. It's a Springer. I know, it's getting old. We'll call it Buster. It's brown, and it's cropped, and it's a male. Okay, and what is the breed? It's another Springer. Yay! Can you tell I like Springers? And it's I don't know, Susie. And the color of the dog is white, and it's cropped, and it's a female. And there it is. We printed out Buster. We told Buster to bark. And the second dog was named Susie, and we told Susie to bark. Okay? So I'll leave this code up right here. In fact, you can push pause. Let me go up to the top. So there's that. Maybe you can make a screenshot of it, or I can upload it into Canvas as well. I will. And then right down here, you can stop it and see what I did there. And then I'll scroll down a little more, and you can see the code there. All right. I could have created additional methods, but I'll save that for another video. Okay. Hope you enjoyed. Sorry it was a little bit longer than I thought it would. If you have questions, you know where to find me. Have a great day.